and welcome to Milangela Soul Garden. Today, as you can see, I am foraging for wild plants, and this fellow behind me is called wild garlic. It grows in habitats like this one because the soil here is quite moist, almost humus-like, and it's shady, perfect for wild garlic. Now, wild garlic in our house is something that we just cannot be without. We put it in our either cooked meals or salads, and I make something special, but I'm going to keep it a secret still. Once I'm home, I will tell you all about it. One thing that must be mentioned when you forage for wild garlic is that, unfortunately, there are three doppelgangers who are extremely toxic. Not all three of them grow in this area, fortunately, but I will mention all three of them. So the first one is lily of the valley, and it does not grow here. The second one is autumn crocus, and the third one is corn lily. Now, once you get to know wild garlic, by the way, the Latin name is Allium ursinum, and apparently the plant was given this name because brown bear feed on the bulbs. To go to the plant properties, with wild garlic, what you get is one stem and then one leaf shaped like this, so it's like a lens shape of the leaf. The leaf is very soft to touch, and when you turn it upside down and when you take a closer look at the back side, what you see, I'll get another better leaf for you. So when you look at the back, what you see is one main stem, and then you see the veins going parallel to that stem. So the leaf is very fragile, very soft to touch, but not pliable. I mean, if you try and bend it like this, what you get is, can you hear that? It's that sound, and that's a very good sign and sound as well, because it tells you that you have the right plant, the edible plant. With lily of the valley, what you have is like, let's pretend this is one stem, right? So you have one stem and then two leaves growing out of this stem. So this would be lily of the valley, and of course the well-known flower. With let me look around whether there is another one. I think, oh yeah, there it is. So this is corn lily. This is extremely poisonous. It is used for phytopharmaceutical purposes. But again, if you look at the leaves in wild garlic and here, so I'm going to put my gloves on because I don't want any poison on my edible things. If you take a closer look at this leaf, can you see it? It's pleated. So no way for you to mix the two. This leaf is pleated, and okay, it is, again, the leaves are growing in a rosette-like shape, but if you take a closer look and try and see the difference, it's quite obvious, isn't it? So that's the edible plant and that's the poisonous one, and you want to just take a look at it, but hands off, because it is really toxic. So corn lily, and then again wild garlic, Allium ursinum. Lily of the valley not here, and I think we might see some autumn crocuses as we go out from this forest, but around here I again cannot see any. But look at this beautiful carpet of green, nice, wild garlic. It smells of garlic. It is so peaceful and quiet. And let me remind you that my platform truly is about, of course, spirituality, but also about foraging. So go for it. Okay, so as promised, here I laid down the three of them. So this is the wild garlic, one stem and one leaf. This is the corn lily. You see how the leaf is splitted. So it's entirely different story. And this is autumn crocus. Look how you get actually what you see is a lovely bouquet of leaves. That's it. One leaf nicely wrapping the one before, and so on and on it goes. So the three of them, and then, as I said, lily of the valley would be one stem and two leaves, and that's it. Okay, so let me know if I challenged you enough to go and forage for wild garlic. Have a beautiful day. Back in the house, let me reveal the secret why this wild garlic is such a delicacy in our house. It is a rule that we eat fresh vegetable and fruit as much as possible. But of course, in winter there is no wild garlic, and for this reason I preserve the flavor for the future. And what I do is I make pesto. Of course, you all know pesto genovese, but what I do is I use wild garlic for our pesto. The ingredients are pretty much the same as in pesto genovese. I may or may not use pine nuts, depends whether I get them or not, but the rest is very much the same. So wild garlic, salt, and then I grate some parmesan cheese and of course extra virgin olive oil. I've already started. Now, back in old times, I imagine originally Italians would use a mortar and a pestle. But honestly, I usually have like 2-3 baskets full, and for me to use this little thing here would just be too time consuming. So I am using a very great aid in my kitchen, and that is food processor. I've already put some in. Just one thing though, you would notice this very old dishes. I just am a country girl at heart, and I like using those. Back to work. I'm going to put garlic in first, and then add some salt to taste. I will give you some ingredients down below when I post this, and then of course oil, and let's mix this first. Okay, I've grated some Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to add this inside as well. Smells deliciously. I think a bit more oil. And another mix. Almost there. I think this is finished now. You just occurred to me that I might use this mortar for the end. Making a mess of it. Look at this texture. It is so, it smells nicely. Okay, it is garlic, so it is, you know, you need to just tame that pungent, that tangy taste, typical of garlic. But a good glass of wine maybe with it. We put it on as a spread on our bread, or we put it in our risotto or pasta or soups. I leave it to you. I was not really thinking about the name, but it just occurred to me that it could be called pesto garlicese or pesto wild garlicese, or I'm not sure. Maybe pesto l'aglio orsino, which is the Italian name. Whichever the name, a lot of ingredients, I'm sure medicinal properties as well. Go for it and leave a comment down below whether you, if you're going to try it or not. Till next time, keep smiling.